G'day Internet, Benny J here. Just thought I'd explain what's going on between me and the commune and why I don't understand why some common sense can't take place. And anyway, let's explain. So, for the last couple of years, this thing has been a construction site, and I live on the other side of the street. And as anybody who lives near a construction site knows, it's a great lot of fun. But anyway, last year, just before the August holidays, they decided to rip up this street and the subsequent footpath and turning it all into rubble while they did their works. Now, at no point since then have they made any effort to make it wheelchair or rolly accessible. Now, at the end of the street, on the left is a retirement home where there's a lot of people that use one of these, a rolly, like I do. And on this block, I know at least two other people, one with a wheelchair and one with a rolly as well, that also struggle. Now, I've been in touch with the commune for a lot of time, trying to, with a lot of angry emails, get some common sense to occur, and nothing seems to be getting through. I even had a meeting with them last week where the guy, we stood here and he was like, "What do you want me to do?" I'm like, "I don't want you to do anything. It should be your job. You've got your plans to apply the rules and the laws for accessibility, and that's all I'm looking to do." And anyway, he's here and he says, "Oh, but," I said, "Look, the problem is with a rolly, these things, anything that is a bump with these little wheels looks like a giant mountain and is a trip hazard. And honestly, these things, as much as they are very helpful, they are also extremely dangerous for anything that's a bump." And for ages, this has just been like this, the street, while they wait for the factory to get the tarmac and thing. That's great, but what they've done is left this curb with a big lip on it, which means that I can't get up onto the footpath, or I have to lift it. Now, I have very bad arthritis in my elbows, and lifting this thing when it's full of shopping is extremely painful for me. And all we need to do is put down a little bit of tarmac, a little bit of to make a ramp. Quite simple, the same way they've been doing for all these sewage pipes and drains that come through for the cars. All I'm asking is the same they do in all the other construction sites across Luxembourg, is to put the ramps in. And then they did. Just last week, before I met with the guy, he's like, "Is this okay?" I'm like, "Well, it's all right. I mean, when I come out my door and the rest of the street is a bit of a hassle, but, And he's like, no, you have to walk here where the zebra crossing is going to go, where it's a roll flat." And I'm like, "Okay, that's fine." So anyway, he leaves, and nothing really happened with that conversation. I asked for some information, on the planning to see who's making the decisions here, but haven't heard anything back yet either. But anyway, a couple of days later, there was a car when we were meeting there. There was a car parked in front of this side. Now, if you look closely, when we cross over this side, the way that he instructed me was so that this would be roll flat, and it is. You can see it's nice. It rolls flat onto the street. Now, to get across the other side of the street, what am I faced with? I don't know when is it too much? When am I being, obtuse? When I've got to go this way to get to the shops, to my physio every day, and for 8 months, I've just asked for a bit of common sense to just make life just a little bit easier for the people that the world is different for. Every little bump on this thing is a nightmare, and this whole village is a nightmare. And I want to invite people to my house and open up a gallery and invite people to come and see my art, and yet I'm trying to advertise this place and inclusion, diversity, accessibility, and come on guys, just use your brains. Cheers. Thought I would add a few pictures from the last over the last 8 months for you to peruse through as well. And I must say, look, we're nearly at the end. At the moment we're talking about a 2 centimetre bump on one corner that is so minute, but what annoys me is that it's taken 8 months to get to this point, and it's injured my carer. It's caused me to have to move out of my house a couple of times because I couldn't stay here whilst the work was going on. So yeah, what do I do? Thanks, guys.